Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will talk to you about how we can configure Oracle 26 AI SQLcl MCP server with Claude. In my previous videos, I show you how we can integrate SQLcl MCP with client AI agent in SQL Developer extension in the using VS Code. So it's the similar concept. Here we are using instead of client, I'm using Claude. So with the Claude, I will configure SQLcl MCP server. So Claude can interact with our Oracle AI database through this MCP server. And using the tools provided by the MCP, uh, you can use those tools and generate those queries and gives the result to the user. So this is how it works. So let me show you what we have to do in this video. So to configure the Claude and to chat with our Oracle database via Claude, we have certain requirements. So these are the requirements we have for now. I have to, or we have the Oracle 26 AI. You should have the uh, on your laptop or Docker image or from the cloud. So what I did in my previous videos, if you see, I already have Oracle 26 AI installed in my Docker container. So here it is. See if I show you. This is my Oracle database in my Docker container. So if I see Docker container, this is the database. This is how I connect it. Second thing, we should have SQLcl installed. So SQLcl is basically the Oracle provided the modern command line interface. This is comes with the MCP. So to install this, you have to just download and unzip. If you see my previous video, I already talked about this. So here is my SQLcl path where I installed. So we will use this. Third is we have to download the Claude desktop. So to download the Claude desktop, you can just go to this website, install Claude desktop, and once you click the Claude download page, it will open this page, and you can just download for Windows. I already downloaded, so here is my Claude desktop. And the next requirement is install HR schema. So I already installed this is also in my previous videos. If you see how we can install sample schemas in our Oracle database. So if you haven't watched that, please watch that video. And instead of HR, you can use any schema. It's not about HR schema. I am doing with HR schema. You can have any other sample schema to do this. Now, these are the prerequisites that we should have before start this work. And after that, once you have everything, then we should have MCP compatible saved connection. So basically SQLcl MCP server uses the named and saved connections. So the password must be saved to connect. So MCP client use the connection, so its password must be saved. That's the important part. So how we create these MCP compatible saved connection, I will show you. Once the saved connection is saved, then we will configure SQLcl MCP server with Claude. And once the server is configured, then we can chat with our Oracle DB from Claude interface via the MCP. So I'll show you this, and then at the end I will show you how to monitor the Claude activity. Whatever we are doing activity with our Oracle database, it should be monitored somewhere. So let's get started. So first thing is, like, I already have these things I showed you. So let me create the MCP compatible saved connection. You go to my command line. So you already have SQL. Let me clear the screen and log into my SQLcl. So if you see my previous video, I I already talk about SQLcl, how to install, how to log in. So if you see here, I'm using the thin driver because I have other Oracle installed which using thick driver. So it giving some error message. That's why I have to use hyphen thin here. And these warnings you can ignore. This is because of the Java. SQLcl is basically Java based. It needs Java to install. I already have a Java. So latest Java has some warnings. So we can ignore this. So I log into SQLcl to create the user. It's not connected basically to the database. It's just the SQLcl command prompt that we have to use to create our connection. So let me show you how I can do this. So to create and save a new connection, basically we have to create a new connection. Use the dash save password flag to store credentials securely. So this is the main important part to save our credentials. So what I'm doing here, I'm using the con command. So basically we will use here uh, the the connect command and connect manager. So to manage these users. Okay, so see you, and this is the connect command to save. This is the name of my connection, Claude underscore HR, and you have to use this keyword slash save password, and then this is my connect string. So this is my HR schema that I use for to connect the string. This is the whole string. So if you have another schema, and you can use that. So say the connection name, this is already existed. Okay, so this is already exists. So let me first, what I can do, I can just delete this cm delete. I can use any other name also, but let me just so to see the what are the connections we have, we can use cm list. So you see these are the connections, but I want to use my HR schema because I have those tables in HR schema. Let me just copy paste. So here you see, I created the new connection Claude underscore HR with this connect string, and the user is HR and password is saved. So now how we can see this connection with the cm command. Cm is just the connect manager. Cm show Claude underscore HR. So here we can see our connection, and again if I do cm list also, you can see the new connection here, Claude underscore HR. So this is how we can create and the saved connection, which is um, MCP compatible, which I showed here. So we just created this one saved connection, and I already have HR schema. So now what we will do, we will configure SQLcl MCP server with Claude. So let me show you how we can do this. So here is my Claude, and here is the SQLcl that I showed you in the second step. I said this I already installed. So this is the SQLcl MCP. Basically, we have to configure with Claude. So how do we configure? Let me go to the Claude and click on this hamburger menu, File, Settings, and click on the developer. Here you will see there is no server added so far. There is no MCP server. So to add the server, click on the Edit Config. Once you click on Edit Config, it will take you to the where it's install the Claude, and it will take you to this Claude underscore desktop underscore config.json file where we have to configure our MCP server. So open that file in Notepad++ or any other editor. So here is the file which I opened. So to work with the Oracle SQLcl MCP, there is a document here. I'll paste this in the description, like how to configure Cloud Desktop. So this is, you see here, open this file we already opened. So we have to use this uh, configuration. So let me copy this and paste into our, you can remove all this, paste this one. So this is how we can set up with SQL CLMCP. But if you see here, command path bin SQL, this is the path where we install the SQL CL. So I have to use with my path where I installed. So this is the path. I have to copy, Control C, and here Control V. So wherever you installed SQLcl, you have to use the path where you install it. Okay, this might be different for you. Now, what will happen if, because this is on Windows, so it will not work because of these slashes. So what we have to be, if you do this and just save it and try to open the cloud, it will give you the error message like bad escape character in the JSON position, something like that. So we have to change this to double backslash. Also, one more thing I forgot here at the end, you have to write SQL as well, because we Claude need to run this SQL, so we have to give after bin SQL. So this is how we have to set up this file. Now we can just save this, just close and save. Okay, now it's saved. So once it's saved, what you have to do, just don't close this Claude and open again, it won't work. So you have to properly exit, like click on these three lines and click exit, and then open Claude again. So here is the Claude. There's something wrong here, so let me see. Settings. It's connected somehow, but it shows saying failed. View logs. Could not attach MCP server SQLcl. So in the logs, we can see server started connected successfully here, but after that, there is some other issue. Let me go at the end. Client transport closed. Please visit our, okay. Okay, so let me just try one more time. Let me close this or delete this basically. Edit config again. Edit. So here I have to change the path. See Oracle SQLcl latest. Okay, it should work. Let me try. Save. Now let me exit again. Okay, it opens now. Let me see if it gives the same error. So go again to the file, settings, developer. So this time is good. If you see SQLcl running. So maybe earlier we have some issue with the syntax or comma or something. So now it's running here. So it's configured SQLcl. If you see, MCP server is configured with Claude. So what we have to do next? So let me go back our. So we install HR schema. We have the saved connection Claude underscore HR, and we configured SQLcl MCP server with Claude. Now we can chat with our DB using Claude. So before that, let me show you one more thing. If you click on connectors here, you see it's showing SQLcl. So click configure. So these are the tools that MCP is providing that Claude can use to get the result from Oracle database, right? So these are the tools: list connection, connect, disconnect, and all this. So what here on the right hand side, if you see, it's there are three buttons here. So allow, always allow, need approval, or blocked. So basically we can say you can configure here if you don't want, like for example, to disconnect is sometime if you want to disconnect always need approval, and if you want to just list connection or run SQL, you don't want to approval, you can just click here always allow. So it will not ask you to approve before running, but let's keep this one need approval. This is the best practice to keep needs approval for for every tool. And here is the you can change like for the whole everything. So this I just want to show you can configure here. So now let's go back to our chat. Before going to the chat, let me show you one more thing, because I will show you today like how we can convert the comments to annotation. So what is comments and what are the annotations? So you one second. Yeah. So you already know what are the comments, right? But what are the annotations? Annotations are basically the schema annotations. It's more like a comment, but it's more like an extended way of commenting. So it's like you have a more additional property metadata for the database objects. So these are the annotations. Basically is more information about the objects. And annotations, why is important and why it's useful, because annotations improve the LLM contextual understanding, which result in more precise and reliable SQL query generation. So it can generate more accurate, more faster, and performance is much better. So annotations are important in terms of if we talk about AI agent and talk to database, annotations are more important, more useful, I would say. So what is the difference between comments and annotations? So like comments, schema annotations are also optional, but schema annotation is either a name value pair or a name by itself. So I will show you once I create what how I create. So let's do it because that's how we will understand better. So let me go back here. Excuse me. So let me connect to our HR schema with SQL one thin HR. So here I'm connected to the HR schema with SQLcl. So if I run this query, here I would like to show you all the tables in the HR schema and what are the comments on all these tables. So these are the comments for these tables. So I would like I what I will do, I will convert these comments to annotation using our Claude. So let me show you. Once I done that, I you will understand. So let me go back to our Claude. So let me first see how we can interact with Claude with our database. So first thing, let me just list the connections. List database connections. So you see it's using the list connection tool and it's asking me. So let's allow. So you see these are the connection names which I showed you on the command line. This is the one we created today, the MCP compatible Claude underscore HR. So these are the 4 connections we have. So let me just connect with our connect to Claude HR. So it's using the connect tool now. So allow. So you see how nicely it gives. It's successfully connected to the Claude HR connection, and connection name is this and the database version is this. So now what we can do next. So I showed you the comments for each table, right? So let me do create a script. So we can see if we can create a script. Create a script to list all table comments of schema HR and execute it. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating a script to list all the table comments of schema HR and execute it. Similar like this one. Yes, see, it's using the run SQL tool here. So you see how nicely it gives the result. It's the table names and these are the comments. Similar like here, it run the script and provide all the tables with the comments. So there are 9 objects returned in total. So this is how we can just run a script and it gives a nice result here. So what we can do now, what we have to do, so I would like to just convert these comments into the annotations. So how we can do this, let me show you. First, let me check if we have any annotations or not. So this is, let me check here. So this is the command. The table name is user underscore annotations underscore usage. So if you see right now, there are no annotations. So to create the annotations on each table here, so you can create annotation on the table and the each and the columns as well. So I'm not using on the column, I'm just right now I'm creating the annotation on the tables. So how to create the annotation on tables? So there is a command like alter table, because table already exists. Alter table, then create annotation. So you have to do for each of the table, but through Claude we can just create a script, so it will create automatically for all the tables. So let me show you. So how we can do this, we have to write here, please provide a script to add exactly how many objects are there, 9, exactly 9 table annotations. Please provide a script to add exactly 9 table, add exactly 9 table annotations to the HR tables. Use the existing comments for 9. So we are using the existing comment for the 9 tables annotation values and table name. So this is the we have to do. So please provide a script to add exactly 9 table annotations to the HR table. So there are 9 tables. So I am just asking to create a script to add 9 table annotations. Use the existing comments for 9 table annotations values. So what I'm saying, use these comments to create the annotations for those 9 tables, and give the name of the annotation is like table name underscore n. So for example, it's region. So it will create the annotation like region underscore ANN for the annotation name. So where table name is the name of the table for the table annotation name. And also we can use the Oracle documentation as a basis and reference. So I'm just saying like use the Oracle documentation for the reference. Do not execute it. So I just want to create a script for now. I don't want it to execute. If we I will review the script, and if it's good, we will execute it. So let's see if it works. So you see, it just searched the web for the documentation, and it found that it can use alter table and the add annotation. So it created the script. If you see, the script is here. So you can copy the script to a notepad wherever before running it. so to see like it's creating the right way or not. So we can see here alter table, table name, annotation, add annotation. This is the annotation name. So you see we said country underscore ANN, that's what it's creating, excuse me, and this is the annotation value. So basically what's the annotation value? We said use the existing table name, use the existing comment for 9 table annotation values. So whatever the values here you see here countries, we ask them to use as annotation. So you see it's using the same annotation here. So this looks good. So here's the keynotes on the scripts before uh, executing it. So if we need to execute the script, we can just execute. But before that, you can download or copy and just check, review the script like before executing it. And if it's all good, you can ask to execute the script. So let me ask execute the script. So to executing the scripts is using the run-SQL tool basically. All 9 annotations applied. Now let's verify. You see, give a very nice view like all done, all these objects and tables are annotated, you see here. So I'm using the free version, that's why it's giving this thing. So anyways, so this you see is nicely annotated all the tables. So if we want to see on the command line, we can also see. If you see the same command I run before, okay, I have to type it again. Sorry. Let me just copy on the notepad. Something is wrong, so let me. Oh, it came out. Sorry, it's not even connected. What happened? Let me connect to. Connect to the HR again. That's why it's not working. So here we connected. So let me. What happened here? Sorry. Something wrong with my command prompt, so let me just, it's not even exit. So let me connect to SQL Plus. So no row selected. So still no annotations here. 8 out of 9 annotations were successfully applied. This table is protected internal SQL DB tool system table that logs the real operations so that one was skipped. The min slots are fully covered across the meaningful HR business objects. So this table is annotated. Why is not showing? Oh, I got why it's not showing. So, because I'm using the column annotation, I have to use the table annotation. If you see here, so here you see. So let me go to the Claude. So these tables are annotated, so that's how it's now we can see this user annotation table, object type tables in the HR schema. So all tables in our HR schema are annotated. So this is the annotated name that we put it, country, sorry, table name underscore ANN, and here is the annotation value. So annotation value is we specify to use as a comments value. So that's how you can annotate the table. Same way you can do the columns as well, but here in this video I will show you only the table annotation. So this is it, like uh, how we chat with our Oracle database in Claude using SQLcl MCP server, and SQLcl MCP use the tools to query our database. So what else? Let me. So we completed this configure chat with Oracle database. Now monitor all the Claude activity with Oracle. So how we can monitor like whatever we done so far with Claude to connect to our database. So there is a table called DB tools $MCP underscore log. So let me show you. So this is the table where all the MCP logs are audited or recorded. You see here. So it will show you like we connect to the Claude AI and which model we use and which tool we use, and then connect to the HR schema. So this is how you can see the when we logged into the when somebody using the Claude to connect to the HR schema. So this is it for this video. I'll come up with some more videos on Claude and some other Oracle skills, because next video I will show you how we can use Oracle skills in Claude. So just keep watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.